Welcome back, my anime heads. I hope you enjoy our new web novel. A desperate scream tore through the darkness. "Let me out of here, please." Another voice cried out somewhere nearby, even more frantic. "Let me out of here right now." Lee Jiyoung's eyelids twitched. His head pounded as if it were about to split open. Every scream echoed inside his skull, making the pain even worse. He forced one eye open, his blurred vision slowly coming into focus as confusion washed over him. Where am I? A sharp ache surged through his head. Ayek. He pressed a hand against his forehead, struggling to gather his thoughts. What am I doing here? The endless shouting refused to stop. It's noisy. As his senses gradually returned, so did the chaos surrounding him. People were screaming from every direction. Where is this place? Mom, Dad. Stop screaming. I think my head's going to burst. Fear spread like wildfire. Some people sobbed uncontrollably while others stumbled around in panic, desperately searching for familiar faces among a crowd of strangers. Jiyoung slowly pushed himself up. His eyes swept across the countless people surrounding him. Men, women, young, old. Not a single familiar face. Who are these people? Nothing about this place made sense. The space stretched endlessly beneath a dark ceiling that resembled a star-filled sky. Strange walls enclosed the massive chamber, making it feel less like a building and more like a world separated from reality. He steadied himself with one hand against the ground. Then his expression stiffened. A faint violet glow pulsed beneath his fingers. Intricate symbols carved into the floor shimmered with an eerie light, as though something beneath the stone had suddenly awakened. There's light on the floor. Without warning, the symbols blazed brilliantly. What the? A torrent of golden light erupted from the magic circle, flooding the chamber. Everyone instinctively shielded their eyes. When the light finally settled, a lone figure floated above the glowing formation. She wore flowing white robes embroidered with gold, an ornate crown resting upon her head. Radiant symbols revolved around her in perfect harmony, filling the chamber with an overwhelming sense of divinity. The terrified crowd fell silent. Even Jiyoung found himself staring. The mysterious woman hovered high above them, her expression calm and unreadable. The silence shattered almost instantly. Kaya! A terrified scream echoed through the chamber. Every head turned. Beyond the radiant woman, something enormous stirred in the darkness. Two blood-red eyes slowly opened. A hulking creature stepped into the light, its grotesque face twisted into a terrifying snarl. Long tusks protruded from its jaw as clouds of hot breath escaped its mouth, each exhale rumbling like distant thunder. Someone pointed at it with a trembling finger. What is that? Stop screaming, another voice shouted. Don't provoke it. The warning came too late. Panic spread through the crowd once again. Is this real? It can't be real, you idiot. Why, yeah. They're fake. The words sounded hollow. No one truly believed them. A middle-aged man forced out a nervous laugh as sweat rolled down his face. Is this a hidden camera prank? The suggestion spread through the frightened crowd like a lifeline. Haha, Mincio's right. It's a hidden camera prank. There's no such thing as monsters. There's no other explanation for this. A hidden camera prank. Fake. Jiyoung remained frozen, unable to tear his eyes away from the monstrous figure. Who? Why is this happening? His thoughts raced. What is this? What the hell is happening? Just moments earlier, he had been sitting at home, quietly eating a late meal. The apartment had been peaceful. His meal was still warm, his phone resting beside the bowl as he ate without a care in the world. Then, ring, a notification appeared on his phone. He picked it up, frowning. A single message filled the screen. Would you like to participate in the game? Two choices appeared beneath it. Yes. No. Ji-young's gaze remained fixed on the glowing message. A game invitation. At the time, he hadn't given it much thought. Curious more than anything else, he reached out and tapped the screen. That was the last thing he remembered. Everything after that was a blank. His fingers tightened against his forehead as he tried to force the missing memories back into place. Nothing. No matter how hard he searched, there was only darkness beyond that moment. Around him, the confusion continued to grow. Several people had already rushed toward the massive gate surrounding the chamber, pounding their fists against it. Hey, hurry up and open the door. The heavy barrier didn't so much as tremble. Others watched helplessly. Why are they screaming like that? They're annoying since it's too cramped. Panic and irritation were beginning to replace shock. Trying to restore some order, a young blond man stepped forward and raised both hands. Hey, everyone, I think we're all in the same situation. Does anyone remember anything? The crowd gradually fell quiet. It was the first reasonable question anyone had asked. His eyes wandered through the people standing nearby before stopping on Ji-young. Hey you, do you remember anything? Ji-young blinked. For a brief moment, he simply stared at the man. Well, he slowly nodded. Ah, yes. As he answered, someone brushed against his shoulder. Ji-young instinctively grabbed the stranger's arm to steady himself. The warmth beneath his fingers made his heartbeat skip. I can touch other people. The realization hit him harder than expected. This isn't a dream or a hallucination. His hand slowly slipped away as he lowered his gaze. I feel so out of place. Every instinct screamed that something was terribly wrong. What the hell is this? Before anyone could say another word, the woman suspended in the air finally moved. Golden light burst from the countless magic circles revolving around her, illuminating the entire chamber with an almost blinding brilliance. The crowd gasped in unison. What? Fire. Light. The radiant symbols accelerated, bathing the chamber in waves of holy light. Not far away, the monstrous creature bared its tusks. A low, menacing growl rolled through the chamber, vibrating beneath everyone's feet. Welcome to this world, everyone. The radiant woman's calm voice echoed throughout the chamber, instantly silencing the frightened crowd. Bathed in holy light, she looked less like a person and more like a divine being standing before them. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone for accepting the invitation to the game. Ji-young's eyes narrowed. An invitation? Are you kidding me right now? The people around him reacted immediately. What? Who are you? Without opening her eyes or changing her expression, the woman continued. You've been chosen as warriors to save this dying country. Disbelief spread through the crowd. This is a hidden camera prank, right? What the hell are you talking about? Somebody call the police. Their voices overlapped, but the woman ignored every interruption. Everyone, please listen to what I have to say from now on. Her tone remained perfectly calm. This concerns your survival. The room fell noticeably quieter. Every pair of eyes remained locked on the floating woman as she continued her explanation. Not everyone can advance. Ji-young's expression stiffened. What? Only the few who have passed the tutorial can proceed. Someone immediately shouted back. Nonsense, come out here and show yourself. The woman's voice never wavered. I will say this again. Only those who are deserving can advance. Fear slowly crept across the faces of the people listening. Only those who are able to survive can pass through. Jiyoung remained silent, carefully absorbing every word instead of panicking like everyone else. The woman continued. Firstly, the place where you are currently at is called the starting point. A glowing image of a massive crystal pyramid appeared before everyone. You can think of it as a waiting room. The illusion shifted again, revealing food, fresh water, shields, swords, and various supplies laid out before them. Here there are items you'll need to survive: drinking water, food, and various weapons. Watching the images unfold, a realization slowly settled into Jiyoung's mind. I have a feeling right now. The explanation continued without pause. Secondly, in this world, you are able to attain a special class. The vision changed once more, displaying warriors clad in armor, powerful swordsmen, and mysterious mages. People will have their own attributes. The more he listened, the more everything began to fit together. I entered a world which I saw in games and novels. The woman's final statement confirmed it. There are 4 classes: common, rare, hero, and legendary. With common class weapons here. Jiyoung reached toward the pile of equipment and wrapped his hand around a long spear. A spear. The woman's explanation continued. Everyone is to protect themselves. Before anyone could even process her warning. Boom! A deafening explosion echoed through the waiting room. The crystal wall instantly filled with cracks that spread like a spider web. Jiyoung's eyes widened. What the? Another violent impact slammed into the barrier. More cracks erupted across its surface as chunks of crystal splintered away. Terror spread through the crowd. Shit, is the wall breaking? People stumbled backward in panic while others froze where they stood, staring at the collapsing barrier. Unmoved by the chaos, the radiant woman continued speaking as though nothing had happened. All of you come from different backgrounds and have different personalities. She gently folded her hands together. This place was specially made for you to maximize your personalities and individual growth. Her voice remained calm. If you look at your status window, you'll understand what I'm saying. Almost immediately, people began shouting the command. Status window. Status window. Status window. Jiyoung hesitated for only a moment before clenching his teeth. Damn it. Status window. A golden screen shimmered into existence before him. It displayed his information. Name: Li Jiyoung. Age: 25. Tendency: careful strategist. Job: unemployed. Title: none. You need to try a little harder. His stats appeared beneath it. Strength: 10 common. Agility: 11 common. Stamina: 11 common. Endurance: 12 common. Mana: 0 common. Intelligence: 19 hero. Luck: 21 hero. Along with options for equipment, growth limit, and attribute. Jiyoung stared blankly at the floating screen. What the hell is this? His eyes drifted over each stat one by one. Strength: 10, Stamina: 11. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Before he could think any further. System. You have acquired an attribute. His eyes snapped toward the new notification. Attribute. So some people will have attributes of their own too. Without hesitation, he pressed the glowing button. Fuck, this is. A brilliant light burst from the screen before a new message appeared. Ability. Mind's Eye. Hero class. You are able to view your status window along with that of others. Their hidden talent class will also be visible. Jiyoung's pupils contracted in shock. Golden status windows flickered into existence everywhere. One after another, translucent screens materialized before every survivor, filling the chamber with shimmering light. The room fell silent as everyone stared at the information floating before their eyes. Hesitant hands reached toward the glowing windows, while anxious expressions spread across their faces. Huh! Confused murmurs echoed throughout the crowd as they struggled to understand the unfamiliar interface. Jiyoung's eyes narrowed. What a stat limit? His gaze shifted lower. Overall review. His heartbeat quickened. What about mine? What does it say? He immediately opened the review. Overall review. Player Lee Jiyoung's talent is the lowest. No matter how hard you try, it would be for naught. No matter how hard you try, it would be hard to get out of the third rank. Almost everything would be hopeless. Intelligence and luck are all right, but, oh well, you do not have to wield a sword or try anything. After all, the result is obvious. The words burned into his eyes. The lowest. Hopeless. After all, the result is obvious. His expression slowly darkened. Fuck this. He stood motionless, while panic consumed everyone around him. Save me. Desperate screams rang out from every direction, yet they barely reached his ears. His hand slid over his face as he forced himself to calm down. Do you think I'd just die like this? His eyes sharpened with determination. At that exact moment. Then everyone. I wish you luck. The mysterious voice offered one final farewell. The instant those words faded, the monsters exploded into motion. With savage roars, the orcs charged the terrified survivors, their massive bodies shaking the ground as shattered glass-like fragments scattered through the air. Jailia. People screamed in absolute panic. Lee Jiyoung remained frozen for only a split second, his mind racing as the monsters rushed closer from every direction. Save them. Someone's desperate cry cut through the chaos. Get out of the way. Another survivor shouted, trying to push people aside before the monsters reached them. Then a man suddenly stepped forward, refusing to give in to the panic. Hold up your weapons. His voice boomed across the room, forcing everyone's attention onto him. Do you all not see the status window that appeared right in front of your eyes? Hurry up and raise your weapons. His expression was filled with urgency as sweat streamed down his face. Does this look like some sort of joke to you? His words snapped several people back to their senses. Jiyoung's eyes widened. His gaze immediately shifted back to the golden status window floating before him, locking onto the hexagonal chart labeled Ability Stat Limit, as he realized the answer had been in front of him the entire time. The man's words echoed in Jiyoung's mind. Instead of panicking like everyone else, he immediately searched through the floating status window. His eyes darted across each stat until one value finally caught his attention. Endurance. 30. Hero. I found it. A sinister grin slowly spread across his face as blood trickled down from the corner of his eye. At that moment, he wasn't thinking about escaping. He wasn't thinking about fighting. He wasn't even thinking about surviving through his own strength. He had found the perfect answer. Looking toward the terrified crowd rushing around him, Jiyoung smiled even wider. My meat shield.